Cook, president of Schaefer Marine. Modern jib furling's been developed over the last 40 years. It's hard to imagine a boat without one at this point because the advantages over hank-on sails are so obvious. You don't have to get up on the foredeck to change sails or to hank on a sail for an afternoon sail. You simply unroll it. You don't have to get on deck when it's really blowing or there's a large sea. You roll the sail up from the convenience of the cockpit. Over the last 40 years, the design concepts for jib furling have narrowed to what now is common, which is an over-the-head stay system which features either a drum or a line drive at the bottom and an upper halyard swivel to hold the sail up. Schaefer follows that concept, and we've been manufacturing systems for the last 25 years. I think when you look at all the features of the Schaefer system in comparison to the other systems, you'll understand why we're proud of what we make and why I think it's ideal for your boat. Now that we've had a chance to take a look at the jib furler on the boat and how it functions, why don't we go up to the factory where I can show you more details of the extrusions, the bearing packs, and also how it's made on our state-of-the-art equipment. Schaefer's factory, located here in New Bedford, Massachusetts, has been manufacturing marine hardware since 1967. Over the years, we have established a reputation for innovation, quality, and customer service. I have here the drum and swivel from an 1100 to show you the details that are applicable to all of our systems. First, we start with a heavy-duty toggle attached to the headstay. It forms the mounting position for the furler and is overbuilt so it handles not only the headstay loads, but the side loads that are associated with the reefing and furling the jib furler. At the bottom of the system, inside, is a stainless steel race. We do that because this is probably the most corrosive environment on the boat. The saltwater spray is always coming on the boat, and we made that stainless steel so that it wouldn't react with the headstay, the bronze turnbuckle, or with the aluminum parts and components, which are isolated by bearings. This heavy-duty split plate at the bottom is critical because it's a very vulnerable location up on the stem head where people are putting anchors overboard. So we make it a very heavy-duty, reliable, overbuilt fitting. The cage is an open design that allows you to witness what's going on when you're unfurling the sail and spooling up the retriever line. It also allows you to solve any problems if you do end up snarling a retriever line because you haven't left enough pressure on it. Top and bottom plates are aluminum. The races are inside this housing. The housing is a very large diameter. There's plenty of room in here for the retriever line. In fact, more room than you see on a lot of the other systems, which allows you to use a larger line, which is easier on your hands. The turnbuckle is attached to the second hole, the top hole in the toggle, and then lives inside this tube. We give you enough room so that there's full turnbuckle adjustability, and the lower extrusion is prevented from jamming down on top of the swedge stud by this hammer pin, we call it. There's a nice molded stainless steel two-piece feeder unit here, which provides a nice entry for the sails going up into the slots, and an upper swivel, which is made with the same Torlon ball bearings and race as the lower swivel. We make the lower swivel so that it also can be flushed out. We have two flushing holes, which allow you to easily get a hose in there and get any grit. We use the Torlon bearings because they are strong. It doesn't require any lubrication, and there are no seals which add friction to the system. All in all, a very reliable, durable, low friction system. Again, we've been making these for many years and we've made thousands of these units with great success. I thought it would be helpful to lay out some of the components that compose the Schaefer furling system so that we can see the detail and understand the engineering behind each piece. First off, we have a round extrusion. Why round? Because rounds roll, and they handle the torsional loads that are associated with jib furling much better than flat-sided extrusions. In addition, we have two grooves, which allow you to use two downwind sails or convert the system for PHRF racing. Each one of the extrusions also has a heavy wall, which makes it torsionally resistant, and it makes it more resistant to damage should somebody have an accident with a downwind pole or spinnaker pole. To join the extrusions, we have a C-shaped extrusion, and we have a two-piece nylotron bearing that rubs against the wire. That prevents corrosion of the joint against the wire and makes for a smooth roll. When inserted, the joint and the bearing are locked in position with 8 fasteners, 8 pop rivets, that are all pre-drilled. The purpose of this is to hold the joint tightly. We don't use threaded fasteners because there's the risk they will come unthreaded. This is a very secure method of fastening it, and over the years we have had very little trouble. It's been a very secure way of joining the systems. There's even a special little void in the joint to make sure that the head of the rivet mushrooms as it's supposed to. This has proven to be a trouble-free, reliable, and very, very strong method of connecting the furlers. This video was produced to explain some of the basic advantages of having a jib furling system on your boat, and specifically to show you the key features and advantages of the Schaefer system and how suited it is to your boat. If you'd like more information about the Schaefer